dead across the room, but I am trying. Stuck beneath the spinning glow of a familiar hue. Struck by your impression like all of those next to you, but I will try to stand and make it down the hall, but in the sound, I'm barely here at all. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak, or dead across the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak, or dead across the room, but I am trying so hard to meet you where you are. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak, or dead across the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak, or dead across the room, but I am trying so hard.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, yeah, whoa. Wanna take you for a ride on the big jet plane. Cause you icy, you ain't nothing like no plain Jane. Promise me that we'll always be on the same thing. I won't ever change lanes. Stay down, gotta maintain. Is you down for the ride? Whoa. We could be like Bonnie and Clyde. Whoa, whoa. I wanna take you for a ride, but I need you by my side. Copy PJ, let's go fly here. It's room for the two of us, no cowboy that day. We meant for each other just like our toys. Bad breath. I can't lie, you popping up inside my dream. I get butterflies, girl, you know what that means. Hey, hey, big jet plane, I can put you in a diamond ring. Introduce you to the finer things. We stuck together like how glue do. The type of shit I can't shake off. Big jet plane, I can put you in a diamond ring. Introduce you to the finer things. Show you more than what you used to. Strap on your seatbelt, take off. Let's hop inside the PJ. Ain't got it yet, so let me run out ratchet like a relay. She got a P, she from GA. We in the game like EA. So when she mad, I say, oh shit, here we go again like CJ. I'm a baller, I chase the green. Money hungry to catch my cuisine. Tryna put you on the bitch, yeah, but I ain't rich yet. Can't on the one in the ring. I'm deep in water, summer rain. Stay down, I'll put you in saline. So we gon' ball forever with all the cheddar. Just gotta stay on my team. Stay down to the coma. Watch me run up commas. Grind into the sun, it will shine just like the summer. Track start you a runner, I hit it, you say. So for you, I run on rest, how you say. Big jet plane, I'm the pilot. Cause ain't nobody seeing me, they fold up they iris. Life is good, but I want you to know, for you I'll risk my life on a big jet plane, on some fly shit inside. Big G5s, get in my way, it's gon' lead to your demise. When it smoke, they chill out like a beehive. So don't get on thin ice like a seat line. Pull up back to the subject, you know she mine. Yeah. Real deal pressure like a 3-5. Put in work, I might grind until I go insane. But that's fine as long she with me on bitch jet plane. Is you down for the ride? Whoa. We could be like Bonnie and Clyde. Whoa, whoa. I wanna take you for a ride, but I need you by my side. Copy PJ, let's go fly here. It's room for the two of us, no cowboy that day. We meant for each other just like our toys. Bad breath. I can't lie, you popping up inside my dream. I get butterflies, girl, you know what that means. Hey, hey, big jet plane, I can put you in a diamond ring. Introduce you to the finer things. We stuck together like how glue do. The type of shit I can't shake off. Big jet plane, I can put you in a diamond ring. Introduce you to the finer things. Show you more than what you used to. Strap on your seatbelt, take off.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're doing well. It is another episode of Nerdy Live in the morning, the best morning show in commentary. Guys, Jar, yet again, is a topic for today, but don't worry, we got something pretty entertaining for you today. We have a video done by Cope and Sieve themselves. Beckett has made an almost hour-long video detailing Just a Robot's past, interviewing people who are familiar with him. And I think it paints a pretty clear picture as to why he went down the path he did with the Cine Bear drama. So guys, get your drinks ready, whether that be an energy drink, coffee, or anything in between, because we have a very exciting but very long live stream for you today. Let's check it out. Just a Robot Files.
Jar is the personification of every terrible thing that has ever been said about the ACC. He is the snakiest, leechiest I have ever seen.
Recently, in the wake of his video
Damn. That's coming from a commentary person.
defending Cine Bear from serious grooming allegations, Just a Robot found himself involved in one of the most insane livestream interviews of all time, being ripped limb from limb by Chud Logic.
Right, so you were trying to use my platform in order to spread your message under the auspices of, oh, I just want your feedback. That's extremely manipulative, and I'm amazed that you think I would fall for that. I'm astounded that you think you could pull a fast one on me like this.
It's amazing. It like that interview was so entertaining just because of how angry you could see Chud wanting to get. Can I drink beer? Just got off my night shift. For you, Kevin Z, you can, but drink responsibly, okay? Listen. If I want that, I want that. What's the name of the cold ones? Alcohol. What they call it, grog, right? If I want the cold one sponsorship, okay, I gotta make sure to advocate to drink responsibly, okay? Don't do what I do and fucking drink a whole thing of Jack Daniels and then go to work the next day. Don't do that.
Well, I did want your feedback.
Who are you kidding?
Now, you might be misled into thinking that Jar is some sort of new kid on the block, but his history on the internet goes way, way back, and it's wrapped up in multiple dramas and controversies. In fact, drama and controversy may be the one consistent thing about the guy, because his earliest content was wrapped up in the anti-SJW skeptic community. And while
Those are the days when what's his face? Chris Raygun was part of that crowd. Armor Skeptic. Who else was part of like the anti SJW crowd that changed? Not Lindsay Ellis. She was always like that. Oh, Shoe on Head. Shoe on Head changed her politics quite a bit during the time on YouTube.
While I've held off on talking about Jar for a while now, there was one moment in the Chud Logic interview that really caught my interest.
If I am in the wrong, I will happily take down my video. I've been lied about plenty of times, and I've always fought back against people slandering and lying about me. I'm not fighting back this time because I know, after chatting with you and watching through your video, that I am in the wrong here.
By the way, I don't know if it was like a day later or a couple of hours later, but Jar would get into a call, the lead call that we reacted to the other day, the one that I reacted to for 3 hours. Goddamn, you want to go check that out? You are more than welcome to. In that call, he was like, "Yeah, I think Chud was being unfair."
Now that claim, that Jar has been lied about and slandered over the years, is a really, really interesting one. Because his history is so messy and convoluted, there's no comprehensive timeline that really exists for Jar. So alternatively, I've interviewed many of the people who've interacted or had issues with Jar over the years, because I think the best way to show you who Jar is to show you who Jar is. Thoughts on Jar?
Yeah, gay, autistic.
The stuff
Way to sum it up, man. Honestly, you could have ended the video right there, Beckett, and I would have fully understood everything.
That's recently occurred with Cinebear isn't an outlier, it's part of a much larger pattern for the way he behaves with other creators online and presents himself to an audience. So what we're going to do here today is look through many of his previous actions and build a profile of one of the most crazy internet autists I think currently exists on YouTube.
The black the blackface arc. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun.
This one goes out to my
You see, Just a Robot's actually a soul brother. You know what I mean? He's a soul brother.
Cooley.
Yo, it's like KFC fucking graphic. What the fuck? God damn, Beckett.
I think a good place to start with Jar is his professional victimhood, which is at such astonishing levels, it beggars belief.
I avoided talking about the ArtCC dramas because ArtCC people tend to be a bit backstabby.
Interestingly, this is a sentiment he'd repeat to Cinebear in his recent and now deleted video where he goes to bat for her.
That's why I hate ArtCC people. They're insanely backstabby.
Well, why do you... Okay, like, let's take his statement at face value. If the art commentary community is so backstabby, why do you surround yourself with them so many times? Do you, like, dilute... Like, do you fool yourself into thinking that you're hanging out with, like, the quote-unquote good ones? Like, I don't know, man. If you talk about how constantly backstabby your own community is, maybe you should fucking leave. Go to a different community. Do your own thing. You know?
But what does Jar mean by this? What situations has he been in that he just assumes everyone is out to stab him in the back? Well, this is most probably one of those cases where you just assume that others are going to do to you what you will do to them. Because if anybody is a backstabbing bitch, it's Jar. He's very willing to sort of like put the knife in and twist it. And from what I hear, it's because like he'll hold a grudge for like 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the Bo Black syndrome. You slight him one time, you slight him like to a minor degree. Oh, he is going to fucking remember that, baby. He's going to fucking ruin your life next time he can. So don't test him, motherfucker. Don't you be testing him, because he remembers. Okay, Just a Robot and Bo Blacks, they always remember. So don't piss him off.
I mean, let's say somehow his Cinebear like affiliation alliance succeeded. Let's say the video goes off amazingly. Everyone's like, let's go. This is amazing. It's pretty likely that sometime in the future, when they have a falling out, Just a Robot would forget all of that and then completely turn on his previous position just to go at Cinebear for whatever reason. Like that seems to be like what he's done, and everyone just kind of skirt past it because everyone just thinks like, oh, he's just got the right opinion. Like it's fine.
The video we're currently watching clips from is his one on Hopeless Peaches, and like many other dramas in the past, the minute Jar has an opportunity to take a shot at somebody, regardless on what terms he is on with them, he will take it. Which makes this next bit incredibly ironic.
It doesn't matter how many times you shout them out, defend them in a drama, or anything else. To them, you're just another potential target for them to make a video on.
So, I, unfortunately, had the displeasure of going through your Susie video today, because I had it beforehand.
Oh, God, shut the fuck up, Lio. Shut the fuck up. No one likes you.
I've had people tell me it was in there, and I wanted to make sure I knew. So I'm going to tell you what I saw in that video, Jar. I saw you dancing on the grave of somebody who, with the exception of voicing in a video, which you and her resolved between yourselves, dancing on the grave of somebody who'd been nothing but kind to you.
Jar will say that the accusations against him have been long debunked. And while we'll look into why he's been able to make that claim, there's one particular accusation that I really want to hone in on because it deserves some analysis.
Then to everybody in the ArtCC, guys, if your allegations about me being racist haven't worked the first 50 times, then they're not gonna work this time. Like, seriously.
Is it like a new type of racist accusation each and every time? I don't know. I feel like it always is like the same one, you know? I feel like there are 50 different instances of someone being racist. They might be just a little racist. Just a slight bit of racism, you know? But that's just me.
Seriously, I have been called racist by the ArtCC for doing an accent at this point.
Well, dude, like, I don't think it's exactly a secret that, like, the majority of, like, art commentary people are, how to put this nicely, they're left-leaning, right? So, like, of course they're gonna be, you know, hip and to the know on what accents you can and cannot do. Okay, like my brother, if you are doing a Justfarian accent or a Jamaican accent or whatever, and you a white boy, our commentary is going to consider that racist. I don't know what else to tell you. Again, you surround yourself with these types of people, knowing how they behave, and you continue to be in their space. At that point, it's your own fault. I think it's just like he really likes a community that will give him any sort of attention that he craves, any sort of attention. He cared about his image more. He cared about his image than his fault. ArtCC are weird AF. I stay away from them. The normal art commentary is fine. Listen. Shanry, for now, you are deemed as one of the good ones. Hashtag one of the good ones.
Things are just
Any artist who has helped me made thumbnails in the past, you are hashtag one of the good ones.
getting petty.
At the risk of making Jar sound dangerously base,
Jar apparently always been a friend of the black community. Yo, my brother.
let's just say the racism accusations are more than just doing some voices. Now, while I don't personally care, I think that there is more than enough here that if you wanted to make that accusation, it is a reasonable one to make, and Jar getting so upset about it is absolutely insane.
The only time I remember him saying it was when he said, say, but even then, that was...
Okay, to be slightly fair to him, to be slightly fair in this instance, he's just quoting iDubbbz. He's just reading a quote. He's just reading a quote that doesn't make him racist.
make fun of a white girl. Oh, so your thumbnail maker is either a racist white person or a according to you. I decided to reveal my true colors. I, just a robot, am in fact black.
Just to be clear, this goofy
That's the whitest white boy I've ever seen, other than myself, of course. That is the whitest of white boys I've ever seen.
motherfucker is like the whitest person I have ever seen.
Don't be stealing my lines, Beckett. Don't be stealing that.
Let's not forget about the outro song to this dude's old videos.
My eyes have seen the glory of the
here we go.
cleansing of YouTube.
Aren't you inspired, chat?
Yes,
I'm inspired. Let's take on the
We
SJWs.
criticize reactionists and
Let's
hopes
go.
they get the boot. Just
go.
the robot marches on.
Let's go.
And before you say, hey Beckett, that's just the Battle Hymn of the Republic, what are you talking about, bro? It was noted by several sources that this rendition bears a striking similarity to the rendition in American History X.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Jew by Jew by Jew, the white man marches on.
Oh no. Oh no. That's ooh. I feel the room getting a bit tense.
Was begging for me to explain how calling a black woman an ugly little black thing is racist.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let me break this down for you. Chat. Okay, so like calling someone ugly, no matter the race, isn't racist. However, if you then proceed to add ugly insert race here thing, I feel like that's a little racist. And I don't need explaining. That doesn't really need explaining. That's just slight smidgen of racism there.
Wait, is that what he actually said? Because I've never heard the racism
Yeah.
accusations.
He did. It's bad.
He
Like, oh
called-
my god.
Yeah, he called Omni a stupid black woman for disagreeing.
Oh.
For them having a disagreement. He then went on to he had made a video on something about race bending, because he always has beef with like black characters in anime. But
Listen, okay, as we learned from that leaked call, he's offended gender bending, not race bending.
you know what? You can have your own opinion, even though it's sus in my opinion. But anyway, in that video, he called Michelle Obama a man, and like had like, some racist memes in there. Yeah, and then he's like, straight up, he just likes to say the N-word. And
Yo, Just a Robot kind of sounding based right now. Guys, I think we need to give Just a Robot a second chance in the commentary community. I think he fit right in.
just like say crazy things. But he says that it's because he has apparently his black roommate doesn't
Hey yo, his black roommate gave him the pass. Listen, once a brother gives out the pass, you can't do nothing about that.
mind it. So
All right, listen, okay? Let me show you. Guys, slight detour. Let me show you the pass. Okay, where is it? Parody commercial. Here we go. The N-word pass. Here we go.
Skycorp presents a revolutionary new subscription service. The N-word Pass.
For $50 a month, I can be cool and really connect with the black community. Oh look, there's one now. What's up, man?
As a
There's one now.
subscriber, you can say it to any designated N-word recipient. You pay the black community monthly, and they receive monthly payments in return.
I'm making 10K a month off this. Just wanted a little pass and let a bunch of white people call me a nigga. Hell, say it with a hard R. He's just being silly. The hard R pass is not available at this time. And remember, to only say it to subscribe inward recipients. Trust me, you don't want to be in that situation.
For a limited time, Asians and Hispanics get a discount. All of the races.
This is the program that Jar uses.
Do not.
Sign up for the N-word pass today. You'll get to say it while you get rich.
Unity. Anyway, enough distractions. Let's continue.
And it's not even racism against black people.
I've got a black friend.
Literally.
yeah, he actually
made
made a video. He said, "My friend." I asked my black friend. That is his roommate, Professor Dreadlock. He's
That's apparently his roommate does exist, but like that sounds like such a made-up thing. Oh yeah, my roommate, a black guy named Professor Dreadlock. that sounds like the name like a 1950s racist comic book writer would come up with, like a villain. You'll never catch me, Batman. I'm Professor Dreadlock. Oh my god.
He said it's fine. So like he wasn't mad about it.
Oh
I don't know.
my God. And he did a video where he said that Asian people speak English.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we should know the context behind that. Like, was he talking about like a certain Asian person speaking English?
Good.
He
Send
also
me all
said
of it.
something about Jewish people.
A lot of the people who worked directly under Larry Fink were Jewish, up to the point that a lot of people who worked in the company called his desk, quote, Little Israel. And this is why some people have accused me of asking the Jewish question.
Now, nothing.
What the fuck? God damn, Joe. God damn. Something tells me him and Flamenco would get along pretty well. On several topics, if you catch my drift.
thing I'm presenting here is particularly new. Jar's been dealing with these accusations for years now, and they are, to be fair, very much a product of the environment in which he used to exist. The issue lies in the fact that he's such a whiny bitch about them anytime they're brought up. Now, I want to be fair, but it's very difficult to paint a picture of a guy I've never even spoken to, which, let's be honest, only left me with one option.
I think I'll be ready soon. Oh boy. Oh Nelly, here we go. Here we go, boys and girls, the main event.
I'm interested as to why this bothers you so much, because, you know, I think those of us who've been around a while all have sort of our edgier elements.
You actually talked about that in the video you did with Akumu. You did, remember? I remember.
Member? I remember. You remember? I remember. Cadence wise, it's not too much different, but like Jar in his videos is obviously reading from a script, so it sounds like it sounds well adjusted. But like when you get him in a call, it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. Did you hear about what Rich called you last night at Nerdy John? No. No, did he call me like a parasite, a leech? Listen, I'm a cloud goblin, okay? I take what I need. No, I didn't hear what he called me last night. I'm guessing he didn't call me his best friend in the world, though.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned some things along those lines. And it's interesting watching your reaction to that.
I know. The reason why I think I had such a visceral reaction before the Cine Bear stuff, that was the closest I have ever come to being canceled. Prismate Luke talked about it, Thuman, Kai, and a bunch of other people were going to talk about it, but I apologized very early on, and then it kind of went away, but people kept on bringing it up, and it's kind of become a meme, in a way. It's like, I even brought it up in my Cine Bear video, like, come on, you don't even think I'm racist? Boo! Like, it's kind of become a meme. I've kind of accepted it, but when it first happened, my biggest connection with another YouTuber was Kuro the artist, and Prismate Luke painted me incredibly uncharitably. Like,
Prismate Luke does that a lot. Like, if you look at the people, because he went after Hopeless Peaches, right? And like, it's funny because Hopeless Peaches would later get canceled. But like he went after them in the wrong way. He called your show the Dick Sucker Podcast. I mean, okay. I mean, if he wants to call it that, he can go right ahead.
Claimed that my roommate's avatar, he wasn't my roommate at the time, but now he is, but my roommate's avatar, Professor Dreadlock, was a quote-unquote blackface version of me, even though the only thing they have in common is it's in the same art style.
Okay. I don't think I've seen that image. I've only seen the one where you've got sort of your robot character properly sort of race swapped in your video where you're talking about, I believe, Sean King and some of the stuff that's happening around black identitarian politics.
Yes, that's another. I don't personally think that was blackface, but what happened there is the artist who did my original
I don't personally think that's blackface.
Avatar drew that picture of me because that's how she assumed I looked in real life. And
hey yo, nah, no way the artist thought you were black. You sound like a white boy.
If you've seen any leaked pictures of me, you know I don't look a thing like that.
I am aware of the leaked pictures. I will say I know that your sort of face isn't out there. So if any like image of you is used, it will be blurred. So I'm not sort of face revealing you. But I know those images are sort of pretty widely shared around. I think I've seen them on Twitter as well. At this,
I just hate that everybody uses the lowest res image of me. I'm like, there's.
Do you want them to use the high res image of you so that way they can capture all your tism? Is that what you want? You want people to use the high res one?
Literally every image of me that I leaked, it was higher quality than that one, but every.
Like, his wait, he leaked. So he leaked his own face? I love that, I love that his issue isn't that he got face docs. His issue is like, how come you can't use higher quality images? You see, this is the mind of Just a Robot. He don't think the way me and you think. He thinks in his own different way.
Everybody loves to use the one where I'm in low resolution for some reason.
I think it's the Superman shirt, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that has a lot to do with it.
I think it's embarrassing to admit that I'm wearing a Superman shirt right now.
You didn't need to say that. You didn't need to say that, Jar. But you did. That's why you're so goddamn funny.
Well, fair enough. But okay, I think that sort of clears up that question. Actually, no, sorry, I had one other thing. The song you use at the end of your videos, the Battle Hymn of the Republic, that you had for the way those videos ended. I heard through one of the people I spoke to, in fact several of the people I spoke to, that it bears a striking similarity to American History X. I sort of just wanted to ask whether that in any way was an inspiration, because the wording has similarities to that particular song in ways that it doesn't have to the original hymn.
Oh, no, that's perfectly understandable, and that is accurate. I heard the song growing up, Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. Then I watched a movie, American History X, while I was actually creating my channel, and I thought, when I heard that racist rendition of it, I thought, oh, I'm going to make my own rendition of this song. Like, it's a rendition of a rendition. And one of my friends, who's not my friend anymore, helped me come up with the lyrics. And yeah, that's where the song came from. By the way, highly recommend the movie American History X. My one problem is when the white nationalist guy is shooting, that gun had way too
this is
much ammo for a pistol.
That's the wrong one problem I had with the movie, was that there were too many bullets in the gun. That's like I said, Jar is he don't think like you and me. He's like, well, technically the bullet's not supposed to shoot like that. Yeah, I may have made my song from a racist version of another song, but there were too many bullets in that gun.
As a final element of this section, I'd just like to hone in on the element of Jar making apologies, because in this regard, it can be difficult to take them at face value.
Going to help me with my apology video. That's going to be on me, and
Jar, here's the problem.
Yeah.
Your apology video, it's not going to have any value to it. And the reason why it's not going to have any value to it, because you have gone on record before saying you will revoke apologies. That's...
Well, no. Well, I haven't revoked.
He's like, you thought I was sorry? Psych!
All of them, but like...
And here lies a problem with a lot of the stuff with Jar. The dude has no spine and no conviction. However, I do have to thank Jar for one thing, because if I continue playing the clip that set up the racism segment, it brings us nicely onto our next section.
Try calling me sexist next time. At least there's plenty of evidence for that allegation.
Sex pest, oh no. Listen, normally we support sexism here on Nerdy Live, but listen, buddy, your brand of sexism, is one I cannot support. Listen, we tend to hear, we put women back into the kitchens. We don't get them in Discord calls so that way you can talk about showing your cock to them. That's a little weird, buddy. Little weird, Just a Robot.
During the latter half of his conversation with Chud Logic, FPS Diesel would make an appearance and drop an unexpected bombshell.
Right, what is this?
Yo, you're all good. You can finish it up tomorrow, in fact. Yeah. What a cute little pussy.
I'm not a woman and I feel violated. Like, bro, say what you want about my voice, okay? You can talk about how annoying it sounds, how monotone it sounds. Who finds Just a Robot's voice appealing whatsoever? And like, oh yeah, you can finish it tomorrow. Yeah. Like, brother in Christ, that's not a good. Nah, that's fucking creepy. Creepy as hell, man. It still haunts me.
Now this raises an interesting question. Is this an outlier, or does Jar have some sort of well-known history in relation to his odd behavior towards women?
Do you want to play a game, chat? What do you think is the case? His girlfriend, apparently. I'm under the impression that his girlfriend, if true, is just an e-girlfriend, okay? It's one of his Discord kittens. No, like, there's no way he dates anyone IRL. He ain't got no pussy IRL. No coochie.
I mean, look, I told you in DMs before, you throw a rock at a woman in this community, they'll tell you a story about Jar. It's like an instinctive reaction.
And that's bad. That's bad. It's pretty bad. Listen. I guarantee you it's gonna be history. Nah, Tim's, you're being a pessimist. Oh my god, dude. Why is it every woman in the art commentary community? Oh no. Do you think Hopeless Peaches is gonna come back and she's a he now? Cause art commentary. Anyway, do you think Hopeless Peaches is gonna come back and be like, yeah, when I identified as a girl, he was super creepy towards me. I'm waiting for those accusations.
And that's not an understatement. Basically, every woman I've spoken to has a story, and in some cases, people have heard about this project and are just sending me their DMs.
Oh no. If you're under 20, don't hit on me. If you want me to help out with a drama, I have too much on my plate at the moment. Oh, I didn't friend you for that, XD. I promise. I'm not like that. I friended you because you're also a friend of Harley's, and I've spoken to you a couple of times, and you seem cool. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's all good. Dude, I love how that's the opener in his DMs. Listen, if you're under 20, don't hit on me. Like, bro. That's like walking into a room full of women and say, ladies, don't have sex with me. It's like, you don't need to say that. You don't need to say that. That's not an opener of dialogue. Like, listen, sweet thing, lady. Don't hit on me. Well, you know what? No, I don't think he would hit on Hopeless Peaches because he likes his women really, really skinny. Like, he likes some, like, twigs, man. Apparently, like, he can't remember, like, when him and his girlfriend started dating. But, like, in the leaked call we listened to the other day, he remembered her weight, and it was 90 pounds. He liked them skinny. He don't like them big booty Latinas. Okay, he's not a cultured individual like us. He like them skinny bitches.
With Jar. Now I'm going to level with you. I want to limit this to the conversations I've actually had with people who have platforms, because it's quite easy in situations like this for people to come out with accusations which are later shown to be false. That being said, we are going to start with Jar's former artist, given that they're a bit of a ground zero for this being discussed. You worked with Jar as his artist.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me some of the interactions you had with Jar?
Yeah, well, most of it on my side was just like super professional and like, you know, like it started out really, really professional and simple, like any kind of client relationship you would expect. But after, I'd have to check the date, but after like not too long, he started to want to VC with me. So he asked me to VC him. If this was the first time he ever asked me, and I was like, oh yeah, I can totally, oh, that was a response to something else. I basically was like, I can probably VC in a little bit. And this was the first time I thought, oh, maybe I'll humor him. I mean, maybe he's a nice guy. Maybe I'll VC him. I don't know. Because usually I think it's like a client thing. Like maybe he wants to talk about art, but
Shoot. Okay, sorry. I gotta order a new XLR cord. I accidentally hit it. Anyway, I think I've been in VC, like I've been in VC with like Shannon a couple of times. But that's because we run a D&D campaign with Badwick. By the way, really fun, by the way. Even though my fucking character, okay, fucking mini distraction rant for a second. My character's a rogue. And I fucking rolled a 1 in stealth. That pissed me off. The other night. Anyway, I digress. Obviously, I've been Squatchin was my co-host for a while. Like, obviously, I've been in call with her. I think I've been in VC with Kat, who, if you don't know who she is the artist who does all the show assets. Actually, I've commissioned her to do some new assets relating to the face cam. But like, other than like being cordial and friendly, like I don't know, like I feel like Jar very clearly did not have a lot of friends growing up, and so like he doesn't see boundaries, because like especially if you're like a bigger YouTuber who like gets a lot of art. Those are like technically like that's your not client, because the art, like you would be the artist's client, but you're paying someone to do a job for you. Okay, that's not like, you guys can be friendly, but like that doesn't mean friendship, you know? And I play a mouse folk that are so good friends. Even have a fun time. John's rogue was gonna fight an orc guy, lost the fight. My mouse like chill, and Drake's hey, I won. Hey, I had a rematch and I won that fight. I just want to put that out there.
I realized that maybe he just wanted to chat as friends or something. I don't know. I didn't know him at all. And so he was like, awesome. Just so you know, sometimes I say off the cuff shit, lol. And I responded with, don't even sweat it. I'm the same way. I only censor myself if the other person isn't into the more edgy humor I'm into. And then he said, this is the weird part. He said,
oh no.
Okay, cool. I just don't want to lose another person who is so useful.
What the fuck? Dude, that's like the worst way to put it. It's like, I don't want to lose another useful tool. I'm like, whoa, brother, I get it, you know? I guess you mean that in the sense of like, oh yeah, you don't want to lose another artist who like does art for you, but like, my guy, broski, I just don't say stuff like that. I understand the tism, you know? It makes you lack social cues, but like, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, these conversations were weird. When he said that, I was like, okay, no worries. And then I disappeared, never VC'd him. And then I got another message saying, are we not VCing? And I had told him that I
Oh my god. Oh, Discord kitten, are you not gonna be in call with me? That was Jar. That was Jar right there.
Instantly fell asleep, which was probably bullshit. I just didn't want to VC him, but you know.
While requests to just jump into a voice call aren't unique to Jar within the ACC, he has certainly garnered a reputation for being a little bit weird about the whole thing, even amongst that crowd. You all know me. I'd love to do the whole kind of concerned, I think this is a really serious problem. It's also just fucking hilarious.
You said this to me before, that basically my surprise was surprising, because I kind of forget not everyone is just kind of used to it. Jar asking about women's pussies is nothing new.
Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. I don't get into call with women and ask about their pussy. It's kind of a thing you don't do unless you're dating that person. What the fuck, bro? Bro, what the fuck? Is he just like, so how's your pussy doing today? I'm imagining him saying like fucking Harvey Weinstein with like a cigar in his mouth, and he's just like, how's that pussy today? Like, what the fuck, bro? And wait, it's just like a normal thing they tolerated in the community? What? See, this is what I mean with the with the sexism, okay? like bro, what the fuck?
He did it all the time when we would VC. Like, oh god, back when Peaches was still around, he used to ask us all sorts of inappropriate shit, and people.
Oh my god, would you just like, so are you on your period today? Would you say something like that? Jesus. Are you on your fucking period right now? Did you have sex? Did you use your pussy? Did you masturbate with your pussy? Like, I imagine he's asking fucking questions like that. Like, Jesus, man. Why do you want to know about women's pussies so much? I know you probably never seen one IRL, but like, goddamn, man. Don't be doing that.
People kind of just rolled their eyes, and it was like, it's just Jar. He's too stupid to be a problem, so like, just roll with the punches. I mean, look, Jar crying to get in VCs with people is really common. The cock joke is really common.
What do you mean
asking about? Oh,
what do you mean by crying to get into VCs with people?
My first ever interaction with Jar, the first time he ever DM'd me, he was like, hey, can you get into VC? I'm really sad and want to talk to someone. And I was like, what?
What?
I'm like, so, and of course this was, God, how many years ago was this now? I had forgotten about this exchange. I only remember, I just saw it because I went back into my DMs to find the other stuff.
And this is also mentioned in the conversations I had with long-standing member of the community, Sunny. But what we need is almost a case study of a particular instance where Jar's behavior is fully on display. Fortunately, one exists. Let's talk about VidCon. Now, to provide you a bit of forewarning, the stories I'm about to tell you about VidCon 2023 are...
A sentence that starts off with, let's start at VidCon, never ends well. Never fucking ends well.
Quite autistic. Allow me, though, to set the scene for you. A few days prior to the event, Jar would release a thumbnail for his upcoming Spoctor video, which included a reference to EDP. Even with the allegations against Spoctor, some people felt this went a bit far. One of whom was Mally.
I had seen that, and I replied to his thumbnail thing on Twitter being like, hey, this is fucking dumb. Don't imply someone is, as bad as EDP when they're not.
The fallout from this thumbnail was actually pretty significant, and it's become its own little bit of Jar lore within the art commentary community. It actually even ended his friendship with another creator who goes by Harley. But personally, I think the far more interesting story is the fallout that occurred during VidCon. It seems that Jar was very keen to meet up with other creators and have a conversation during the convention with Matt.
Oh my god, dude, over a fucking thumbnail? You want to confront creators IRL for not liking your goddamn thumbnail? That's fucking cringe, brother. It's fucking cringe. What the fuck? Also, the Spoctor drama. This had to been like 6 years ago. You're in your like mid-20s, and you're like, you didn't like my thumbnail. How dare you not like my thumbnail? Like, bro.
Mally bearing the brunt of his attentions. The DMs she would receive over the next couple of days are incredibly fucking weird. I don't want to read them in full, but I will give you a solid summary. Jar begins by making it clear his intentions are to talk about the current drama. Mally is not very...
Bro. Well, I heard this story from VidCon, before all the hit pieces against I Am Alex dropped with the Slazo thing, everyone was partying. Apparently Willie Mack was partying with him, and then the next day his video dropped on I Am Alex, and everyone was watching it at VidCon. But bro, that's so because majority of creators, they don't go they go to VidCon in quotations, right? But a majority of creators go there to fucking party and to do drugs with other YouTubers. Imagine being that fucking cringe YouTuber who's guys, let's talk about the drama. Let's talk about my thumbnail, guys. Okay, it's bro, enough business talk. Let's fucking do the cocaine. Dude, oh my god. Jar would probably be that one person who got too high. He ate too many edibles, and so now you have to babysit him during the party. He's that person. Okay, and that person's no fun. Also, let's see. Both Peaches, Lyle, and others who you are more likely don't know, ask them why they gave. Go ahead then. I don't really think taking your video, talking your video with them makes sense because it's your video. Maybe they'll have something to say about it and why they thought it was fine. Well, would you like to talk about it? Would you like to talk it out in VC with me? And then we can. I don't articulate myself well over text. You don't articulate yourself well, period, my guy. I'm still in transit at the moment. Haven't gotten to the Airbnb yet, but maybe once we're settled, although I'm not sure there's going to be time for VC stuff during VidCon. We could talk in person. At VidCon, just me and you over drinks. Maybe you could come over to my hotel room with me. And now and he's downplaying this by saying lol JK. Brother, no. Jar, no. And then she writes, no pretense. So she just says, no way. I'm not gonna spend VidCon time on that sort of thing. I'm not focused on. I want to focus on holiday stuff. Did you see the last message? I think that's why she's saying no. Jar. Sent the same time as my message, lol, but also XD still no way. Jar, okay, you need to learn a very important lesson. No means no.
To that. However, when she refuses a VC, Jar makes the very sensible move of suggesting they meet up for drinks and then possibly going to his hotel room. He does phrase this as a joke, but it is incredibly sexually aggressive nonetheless. After this, a few days would pass, and Jar's pleas for meeting up become even more desperate, at one point saying he wouldn't threaten or berate her for not getting in a VC with him. Part of the problem here is that Jar's interactions seem to be largely like this with anyone he's having drama with. In fact, Mally would receive DMs later on in October referencing this drama. Now, we'll come back to Jar's intimidation tactics and how incredibly fucking vindictive he can be in a later section, but I wanted to highlight here how long-running this drama was over what was essentially a single tweet.
There's no way to describe this without it sounding uncharitable. People describe this as he couldn't take no for an answer, which is just what happened, but that sounds really sexual, and that's not what it was. I don't think. But yeah, he was.
I don't think. I think it's a case of he was haha, he gave himself an out in case you tried to talk about it with someone. Well, he's well, I did add the lol JK. I did add the lol JK, and thus I wasn't actually trying to hook up with her. But like, I think his intentions were pretty clear there. He's like, hey, yo, girl, why don't you come to my hotel room? We get us some drinks, you know, maybe play some slow music, you know, see where things go. I just want to talk about the thumbnail with you. Jar thinks he's a player. He ain't a player.
Kind of like just hunting for us at VidCon. We had
I'm just fucking imagining Jar as like the goddamn Terminator, and he's just like, he's fucking hunting down all the art commentator people who won't fucking go to his hotel room.
we did the girly thing. It's like we have the protection squad, so if someone spotted like anything Jar adjacent, they sent a group message being like, stay in.
Dude, they had fucking scouts out fucking trying to make sure he didn't find any of the girls. Damn, bro. They fucking hate your guts, man. Dude, and fucking imagine your friend group. Oh, no, it's not even a friend group. But just imagine like a group of girls are fucking like, okay, we're gonna have to like have like someone at like each entry point telling us where he is, so that way we know where to avoid him. Like, goddamn, bro, that's fucking pathetic. I mean, deserves it. Dude sounds like a fucking creep.
Doors.
Now, Mally wouldn't be the only person to have some weird interactions with Jar throughout the convention. Another notable individual is Ponder. Now, Ponder was on lookout duty, and while chilling out outside, she'd find herself in a direct confrontation with Jar. I'm going to relay this to you really as simply as I can because it feels like a very convoluted story for a very small interaction. Ponder would be approached by Jar, who she did not recognize. They'd have a quick conversation, during which he'd mention he was also a YouTuber. When she asked, "Oh, what's your channel?" he responded, "Just a robot," gripped her hand tightly, and then laughed manically while walking away.
Dude, that's a fucking Joker move right there. He says, like, he just grabs my hand and starts laughing. What the fuck? And like, I like, we've heard that motherfucker laugh. Like, we've heard that guy's laugh too. Like, imagine that fucking uncomfortable, monotone, like tism laugh. And it's just in your ear, and he's laughing at you. Honestly, that would fucking give me nightmares if I was a woman.
Elements of this story have for some reason been hotly debated, whether Jar recognized Ponder, whether he laughed manically. But one thing is for certain, upon hearing the name Just a Robot, Ponder exclaimed, "Oh God," and tried to pull away.
The kicker is he did it again this year. But another, I think 3.
Another 2 of our friends, yeah.
2? They told us they tried to chase them down.
No, I think they.
No, what the fuck? He was fucking chasing them down so that way he could fucking talk. Dude, he is the goddamn Terminator. What the fuck, bro? You can't be doing like, bro. Listen. You can't be doing that to women. You can't fucking chase women down. It's not something you should do. Hot takes from Nerdy John. You shouldn't chase down women that don't want to talk to you. Like, bro, Jar, you saw nothing wrong with this behavior?
They were either in like a hall or a panel beforehand. Jar spotted them, started coming towards them.
Oh wait,
they started
I was there.
like running away.
Oh, okay, good. Julie, can you just
Yeah.
Okay, so we were literally in the convention hall. We were doing some fucking like Descendants thing. It was so dumb. And we spotted him. And so Jar didn't know what I looked like. He knew what B looked like. And so I was like, B, stand in front of me so that he can't fucking see you. And we were able to go through the thing. And then we started like making our way to where we could go up to the creator level because we had a panel that we wanted to go to. So one of the people turned around and was like, "Oh, he's following us." And he was like really fucking close. So we just booked it for the escalator and we're like, "Oh my God, we're running late for the panel," like very loudly. And we just ran.
Yeah, and these are people
Dude, this guy's so weird, man.
as well, the other 2 creators that we aren't naming, that have already told Jar like to fuck off. And the thing that it's a Jarism at this point. He jumps up and down screaming about how no one is leaving him alone and everyone is like coming at him. But Jar's the only one that's like doing shit. Everyone else is like, go away. And he doesn't.
Go away, you weird smelly man with the Superman t-shirt. Go away. Leave us alone.
VidCon 2023 is very much just a snapshot of who Jar is, and while I would love to present to you everything I've seen and been told about Jar, I've chosen to be selective to stuff that I can in some way verify. Now, I know that many of those stories are rolling out at time of recording, and I'm sure there will be many interesting tales to tell of Jar's interactions with women. But I think the most interesting thing right now is if I just show you what he has to say about it. One thing that has sort of been brushed upon, but no one's really gone in depth because I think a lot of it is behind the scenes. When FPS Diesel came in and played you the recording of the voice message that you sent to one of your artists, that became a bit of a sideline. You know, Diesel comes in and drops a bombshell. Now, as far as I can tell, from what I've been told, every woman within the ACC who you've interacted with has a story like this. You know, and when I spoke to Lo about it, he said, well, I wasn't aware Jar was still doing that.
meaning that Lyle was aware he did do that. He's being more like Michael Myers. Yeah.
Understanding was that Jar had a girlfriend now and had stopped.
It truly my sense of humor. This is how I joke around, and I really should have.
Bro. Okay, listen. Okay, I understand. You know, personal comedy is just for yourself, right? But if your humor is just like, I'm a creep towards women, and no one's laughing but yourself, maybe fucking choose a different style of humor. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You know? Like, broski, Jar. How did you pull a girlfriend? She was just like, you know, I wasn't gonna date you, and then you were creepily talking about my pussy, so now I am gonna date you. Like, how the fuck did that happen?
Stop joking around like this once I got a girlfriend. This is not my attempts to hit on anyone.
Sure, it's not. It's again like I guess my view towards you isn't sort of, well, this is flirtatious. Though there's, I can see where that accusation comes from. I don't want to ascribe things. What I can say is this stuff is very, very odd. I mean, the let's talk about VidCon, because you know I've seen DM messages from you to Mally. And I've heard the stories of you sort of trying to find the girls at VidCon, and your interactions with Ponder. I mean, do you recognize these as sort of quite abnormal things to do?
Well, at first I wanted to meet up with Mal.
Do you recognize these as things you shouldn't do to women? Well, you see.
And the others because I've interacted with them for so long. And then Mal just was like, I don't want to see you, and I wasn't looking for them. Like, I wasn't looking for Mal or the others. Like, I swear, first person I saw at VidCon was Harley. I think they were in a CVS pharmacy with possibly the right opinion. My roommate...
No. Does he mean like Harley TBS? Two British people hanging out in CVS, man.
Can confirm this for me. My roommate can. And I was just like, I don't want to interact with Harley. Like, Harley and the others are upset with me. I don't want to interact with them right now. And as for the thing at VidCon with Ponder...
Do you want to give me your version of that? Because
yeah,
the version I've heard is you sort of approaching her and shaking her hand, telling her who you were, and then laughing manically while walking away.
Okay, yeah, I get that. So what actually happened was...
Yeah, I get that. Meaning you could get how it would come off like that? Bro, how awkward are you in public, man?
I sat down to eat some ice cream, and then I heard Ponder's voice, and I looked to my left, and I noticed... that person looks like Ponder. And then I read the name tag and I was like, oh my god, this is Ponder. So I said, "Oh, are you Ponder Sprocket?" She gave me a sticker. I shook her hand. I said, "I'm also a YouTuber," and she says, "Oh, who?" And I said, "Just a Robot." She yelled out, "Oh my god!" And I immediately let go of her hand. She says I squeezed it, but I distinctly remember letting go, like just letting go immediately because I didn't want it to linger. And then I walked away. And then when I got inside, I kind of laughed about it because of her reaction.
Do you, I mean, with the messages you sent to Mally, do you understand that those come across in quite... I mean, I know we're not saying flirtatious as a jokey side to it, but I mean, you did say, well, if you don't want to meet up or VC, you could just... we could meet for drinks and come to my hotel room.
And then I said, lol, JK, or something.
But dude, you know how that comes off, man. Like, come on, you have to know some social cues. Come on, man. I think even Bo Blacks would understand that's not something you should do.
Sure, but that's still a very aggressively sexual thing to say, right?
Yes, I realize that.
You realize that. You fucking knew in the moment. Don't lie. Don't lie. You're just like, I'm just a disabled, mentally disabled man, you know? It's just, I don't know social cues. Nah, you knew. You knew, motherfucker. Don't lie to me. You knew.
I know I need to stop this. I've been, given warnings about it. It's just now finally catching up to me.
You've been giving warnings not to do it, and you continue to do it. Now that you're actually facing consequences for the warnings, you're just like, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't do this. Oh no, is he trying to lie his ass off to get out of this? Maybe. Unfortunately, this is a he said, she said thing, but with how creepy he is in women's DMs, who knows? Innocent until proven guilty, of course, but like I'm leaning towards he knew what he was doing.
But this is something that is my one of my biggest character flaws, and it's always been my style of humor, and I don't know how
some guys, they're edgy, they make racist jokes, they make sexist jokes. Jar is just a perpetual creep towards women. That's his sense of humor. Isn't that funny, guys? Why aren't you laughing? It's hilarious. Why aren't you laughing?
I'm going to try to get better, but sometimes I think, can I even do that?
Because I mean, again, looking at even like minor players like Sunny, you posed, I believe, her to voice a character, a mouse that would be in love with you for your videos.
No.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. I don't think her character was supposed to be in love with me. There was just okay. So, you know how, what was it? Resident Evil 4, I believe. How there was this like mouse, like people were memeing that like the president's daughter was like this mouse version of herself.
Sure.
Yeah, and
Sure. Beckett has no fucking idea what he's talking about.
I've never played Resident Evil 4. I do not know if her and Leon get into a relationship, but the mouse...
No, but the mouse is... Like, the mouse. Ashley, in the original game at least, I don't want to speak too much on the remake, because I know they changed some stuff slightly with the story. But in the original Resident Evil 4, Ashley is... has a massive crush on Leon. So, if you're having someone portray a mouse for you, and, you're Leon, I could see where they get the idea that you're trying to, make some sort of weird thing.
Miles was supposed to say things like, "Cheese whiz, Mr. Jar," and stuff like that. And then she told me she didn't want to do that, and I assumed it was because of the cheese whiz part, but later she...
You're just assuming that she doesn't want to say cheese whiz, and it's like... It's not any creepy implications or anything, no.
explained to me that she's from Wales, and Mr. Implies a form of like authority over someone, and I.
Mr. in general usually applies that. What do you mean? It's not just like a Wales thing. I mean, maybe more so there, but like when I like obviously like for example when you're like in school, you don't just say hey yo Dave, you say Mr. Campbell, you know, shit like that. Like what the fuck?
I had no idea about that. That's not a thing as far as I'm aware in the States. Mr. is just like what you call an adult male where I'm from.
Okay, that again clears up. You know, and again, I know the artist in question, who you sent those voice messages to.
Oh, who is it?
So
who is it? You know, wait. Do you not? Do you send so many like creepy voice messages to women you have no idea which ones he's talking about?
I made a mistake. I thought it was the one who made the thumbnail for the Cine video because I couldn't even remember. But which artist was it?
I'm just gonna leave that anonymous if that's all right. But you know, because from my perspective, this didn't come as a, you know, I'd heard some of these stories beforehand of sort of odd interactions. So it seems like, you know, if it's like done amongst close friends, you can kind of go, that's understandable, but this seems to be just your interactions generally are quite odd.
Yeah.
Overall,
yeah.
You know.
No, I want to make this clear. I'm not using this as an excuse.
He's pulling on Obama right now. Let me be clear.
Excuse.
His game is not good. Look, I'm not good at dating, but man, I think I can do better than him. Listen, okay, like, if you went on, like, no, this isn't even like dating. If you had one interaction with a woman where you didn't come off as a creep, you're instantly better than Jar. Instantly better than Jar. If you had a conversation with a woman and you didn't come off as a creep. Very, very simple. Very, it's not hard to do.
But just as an explanation, I'm not saying this completely means what I'm doing is okay. But not only do I have autism and dyslexia, so the communication between people, especially through text, is horrible.
Why are you a creep towards those women? I have autism and dyslexia. Okay, autism affects your... Jar is just the gift that keeps on giving.
But on top of that, I was pretty much homeschooled all my life, so I didn't really get to interact with people. And I've actually lost jobs because of this, making jokes like this. And
you didn't see it as a fucking problem till now? If your humor is so bad that you actively lose not just a job, but jobs, you constantly like make women feel uncomfortable around you, you burn bridges thanks to this humor. Do you not realize that there might be you might be doing something wrong there? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? If I lost a job after job due to my own behavior, at that point, it's not the job's fault. It's my own fault. Because I'm being a fucking creep. Like you say, yeah, I realize now that I shouldn't have done that. But like, I don't know, man. It seems like you were given message after message that you should not be behaving in such a way, yet you continue to do so.
And after a while, I started avoiding female coworkers, and then I started avoiding coworkers altogether because I was.
You don't have to avoid your coworkers. Just don't say the shit that you say. It is that fucking simple.
It's just like, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong?
What's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Is me asking about my female coworker's pussy? Is that wrong? Is that wrong? Yes, Jar. It's wrong to ask about your female coworker's pussy. It's very much wrong. You shouldn't do that. Chad, I don't know if any of you have to hear this message, but don't do that. Don't ask about your female coworker's pussy.
And plenty of people have explained it to me, and now it's hitting me harder than ever. And I'm going to try to work on myself, but I'm nervous.
Jar's autism excuse literally pissed me off. I bet. Well, like, how do you... like, man, look, listen, okay, to be some sort of charitable, I guess. Like, I understand, you're a homeschooled kid, you have a mental disability that affects how you interact with people socially. But like, it seems like you have a form of high functioning autism. So like, you may not be good at like social situations, but you can still learn from them. So like, if you're being fired due to inappropriate like conversations you're having with female coworkers, don't say the inappropriate shit, man. It's that simple. Just be like, "Hi, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm doing great." But wham bam, there you go. Like, it's not hard. It's not hard, man.
Then I'll never get better.
It's kind of interesting because you made the allusion to Coyote.
Dim says, I also had a coworker with autism and never acted like this. Oh yeah, like, I'm sure we all know at least one like person with TISM IRL, and they never act like this. Yeah, I get that he's a very sheltered individual, but still doesn't excuse his creepy behavior. No, it absolutely does not. Pudgy. Am I saying that right? Pudgy the Pudgy the bimbo. Sounds so mean to say. Listen here, you fucking bimbo. But no, yeah, it absolutely does not excuse any of his creepy behavior, because there are plenty of people with autism who do not act like that.
And I was thinking the same thing. I mean, does it occur to you that this is more or less, you know, it didn't get to go as far, but this is more or less a Coyote Lovely situation?
I understand why people get that impression. The problem is I talk to everyone like that. Coyote only has spoken to 2 people like that as far as I'm aware, and Coyote did things like hire an artist to make pictures of him licking Sappho's butthole, and the most I've done is, "Hey Cinny, want to see my cock?" and send a picture of a chicken. I think it's like, and also like,
well, even if it's to a lesser extent, because we can argue the semantics, but you built a friendship with Cinebear.
It's still creepy, man. It's still creepy.
Which, for whatever reason, you know, Coyote, this is how it started with Coyote. He went to try and get Sappho, but ended up building that friendship and then relationship with them. You know.
Well, here's the thing: if people, there's no way we can know for sure if I would go further or not. I'm gonna say
there's no way we would know if you would go further or not. Are you implying that, like, if given the opportunity, you would have? That's what it sounds like. Fucking Christ, man.
I wasn't, but I can understand if people would think I would have gone further with it.
This isn't normal. No, it is not, Shandy. It is not fucking normal.
The thing is, I've talked to almost everyone like this, and I need to stop it. It's an issue I have. Thank God I'm not doing it with you right now.
Thank God I'm not. What does he mean by that? Thank God I'm not fucking creepily trying to be sexual with you right now, Beckett. What was Beckett thinking in that moment in the call? Like, Jesus Christ, this guy. What? think before you say, man. Think before you say. This is even worse than lolcow title. Yeah. There needs to be well, it's not, but it's not horror cow either. It's just like, well, what, like jar is like, what possesses you to act in this way?
Because I know I need to avoid that. I'm not saying, here's my cock and sending you or hey, why don't you see a...
Is this like the impulsive thing? Like he needs to ask everyone if they wants to see his dick.
Dick pic, and I send you a picture of Dick Grayson.
I want to keep the theme of Jar's interactions with people, but shift gears a little bit.
These people disgust me. They don't care if what they did was wrong.
Oh boy, the friend zone. Here we go.
They just care if they were caught.
Also, I'm going to try and reach out to Chud Logic. Ooh, I remember liking his stream. I think with his help, along with the recording... You little fucking bitch! You little wretch! Is that what you thought, was it?
It may come as absolutely no surprise to you that that's exactly what Jar thought. Now, you may have noticed a little subscriber count number popping up when anybody's speaking, and that's because I wanted to give you an insight into how Jar sees the world. His relationships are almost entirely transactional. How much clout somebody has, how much influence they can hold, whether they can be of benefit to him, are the key things that he is thinking about. And when you fall from grace, you are of no use to him anymore.
But I also can't get help from people like Lio, Peaches, and Doodle Tones. The last two left YouTube, and Lio's reputation is in the dirt.
I've been there for you. I've done it for years now. You didn't even have the decency to come to me about this because I was, and I quote, canceled, which means somehow my information means nothing. That is not treating me like a friend, Jar. That's treating me like an asset.
But I don't want to give you the impression this is the way Jar works only with larger content creators, as though he has the intelligence.
14 pages!
Oh no, 14 pages. 14 pages of what? Pudgy the Bimbo became a super nerd 1. Thank you, Pudgy. Thank you for the support. Same, I unsubscribed to him way before he made the video on Sunny. You know, I used to, like, when I was younger, when I was like, because like for a while there, when I was like 12, admittedly, I started watching a lot of like skeptic stuff. I don't even think it was because like I actively searched it out. It was just in my recommended feed one time. And I started watching his stuff, and like maybe retroactively, if I look back on his content now, I can see it. But I do not remember this guy being so how to put it nicely, awkward.
To be that tactical. In the current drama involving Cinny,
you have nothing. You have nothing, and you are gay. You have nothing, and you are gay.
Gifting a membership. Thank you so much. Pudgy the Bimbo?
You have nothing. You have nothing and you are gay. You have nothing and you are gay.
You have nothing. You have nothing and you are gay. That's my favorite Turkey Tom clip. Thank you. Seriously, man. Thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. You guys are never obligated to do any financial support for the show, obviously, but still, it's like, just thank you so much.
Begged a tiny content creator, Romantic Goblin, to come and fight in his comments section with people who disagreed with him.
Dude, imagine talking to your homie and you're like, yo, bro, they disagree with me in the comment section, bro. I need you to pull up.
And because Jar's only concern is whether you can be of use to him, it means he has basically no moral standards for the things he talks about. Now, I don't want to get into the whole Spoctor drama because that's a whole nother rabbit hole, but Spoctor was somebody who they basically had banged to rights as being in possession of illicit images of a minor. So you'd think Jar would have issues with this even years later, but in his interview with Cinebear, he makes the following statements.
Don't fuck up like Spoctor and Peaches did. Like, here's the thing. When it comes to the Spoctor situation, the dude got canceled for being a pussy. Like, if I was in that same situation as him, I would have been like, oh yeah, I stumbled.
Yeah, if you were in the same situation possessing CP, if you were in that same position, Jar.
Upon it, looked through all the multiple folders I had on it, saw the 13-year-old news, freaked out.
Jar equal P Diddy and Creepshow art. Thank you for the $1.99, Tims. Thank you so much.
ripped it out, stomped on it, and flushed it down my toilet. I'm not a predator. I just held on to those nudes and deep within folders And
I'm not a predator. I just hold on to images of 13-year-olds. What? What?
That's what happened to me. Oh well, guess I'll keep uploading like I normally did.
Now, I have been made aware of multiple images and instances where Jar has in some way downplayed relationships between adults and minors. However, from what I've seen at time of recording, I don't think Jar is running these plays and defenses because he in some way has some skeletons in his closet. I think he was probably just going along with the common consensus, and for those of you aware of the Fruitcake server leaks and the Toby drama, he wasn't the only one. Though it is worth highlighting that if Jar has friends who have done serious things wrong, whether it be Cinny or Spockter, who bear some striking similarities, he will defend them because what's important to Jar is that his friends are useful, that his—
The Vine Boom. No dead ass. Fucking dead ass the Vine Boom. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, and that's a weird thing with art commentary people that I've noticed, at least on like the creator end, is that they're willing to excuse a lot of messed up behavior. They're willing to excuse a lot of bullshit, which they shouldn't. Like, man, what the fuck?
his friends owe him, and ultimately that he is getting validation for the takes he gives. And please note that I'm saying—
you want to call in? I mean, go. Yeah, I mean, I will be taking callers right before we end the show. So if you want to call in, go right ahead. Let me get the link so that way chat can get it. You know, the server obviously is a good way to stay updated on content. And then obviously, if you ever want to call in during the show, you are more than welcome to.
Saying takes he gives, not his takes, because Jar doesn't have any fucking opinions of his own. Jar's opinions are formed by committee. And what's insane about this statement is that isn't something I'm saying, it's something that Mally said to him when they were having drama.
I've been insulted saying my videos are designed by committee instead of just me, and I think they're right.
Jar is so incapable of having opinions of his own, he has to take criticism from years ago and rephrase it as self-reflection. I know this is going to sound petty as hell to some of you, but it really is a perfect example of what Jar does. The reason that Just a Robot has been involved in so many fucking dramas is because as a drama is nearing its end, what Jar will do is jump in waving his banner saying, "Don't worry guys, Just a Robot's here," when the battle is already won. And the only way Jar has been able to continue this grift is by parroting the takes that have already won the day. Which is exactly what happened in the Cinny Bear drama, by the way. Just a Robot saw...
You see, the problem was, the Cinny Bear drama was still active. He thought it was ending. He thought, oh, okay, case wrap. I got an easy dub to get over everyone who thought Cindy was a creep. Little did he know.
Chud Logic covering it and laughing at Birdie and assumed that meant public opinion was turning. And then he just simply stole Kumu's opinions. Unfortunately for him, Kumu's opinions on the topic were fucking retarded. And if it sounds like I'm losing my mind, it's because after hours of looking through this guy's history, it is infuriating how often this has happened. And by the way, just before you think I'm some sort of conspiracy theorist, I'm not the only one who's noticed this.
Jar to me has always kind of been like a snake in the grass. I think that's the best way to describe him. He comes around only when like all the situations are over and he tries to act as if he was like the voice all along that people should have listened to. He has this I feel like he has this sort of like hero complex in a way when he...
And that's exactly what I said he had during the reacting to the Cinny call, reacting to his first video of the leaked call. This dude has like a complex where it's like he comes in and like saves the day, you know, like he saves the accused. And like if there's a genuine situation where someone is being falsely accused of something, like for example the Slazo situation, obviously if you are a creator who like cares about that kind of stuff, it is up to you debunk any accusations that are brought to the table. However, it was more than just accusations with Cinny. We saw the message logs. We saw what they sent that minor. Jar, I want friends. Also, Jar being a snake towards everyone. Exactly. Like, him saying that the art commentary community is full of backstabbers. It's like I'm like, keep in mind, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with him there, right? But if he genuinely believes that, why do you hang out in that community all the time? Why are some of your closest online friends from that community? I don't know. If there's a community that I don't like, I don't interact with them. And then I sometimes make videos on them, depending on if it's a trending topic or not. That's how you should operate. Not like still be in the community, but then be like, I hate the community. You know, that's how you get a fucking a lot of fucking anti-commentary dudes who are just weird, you know?
Makes his videos, and the reality is that he just kind of he looks to an opinion that he can repeat that's the prevailing one, and then I feel like he can just kind of goes with the flow of the community, and that's how he's been able to just kind of get away with being this this fucking idiot, you know.
I guess I wonder, looking at this, when you've got a decently sized platform where your job on the internet is to commentate on things, where you're sort of saying to me, well, yes, I commentate on things, but I'm not actually sure I have any actual opinions, which is a bit of an odd juxtaposition.
I do have opinions. I do. It's just I want my opinion to be right. Well, I guess everybody does to a certain extent. It's just sometimes I'm trying to. The problem with one of my biggest problems is I'm trying to seem like a very good version of myself to both sides, or all.
Both sides? What do you mean by that? So you're playing fence sitter until for sure one side is gonna lose, and then you go from there? What do you mean by that?
Sides, and I've been trying to strike that balance, and I can't, and now I have to realize, who am I? And I kind of...
Yeah, that pissed me off. He keeps saying, I hate this community, yet he keeps hanging out in the community with people from the same community. It's like, make up your mind. No, true. Absolutely. Absolutely. Imagine if I start saying, I hate commentary. I hate commentary. I hate the commentary community. The commentary community is full of nothing but snakes. And I'm still hanging out in the commentary community and having friends in the commentary community. It's like, well, what the fuck do you mean by that? Yeah, I am the way of, if I have friends in the community I hate, I tell them not to talk about me in them. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird that he's he's saying here, he tries to play both sides. He says he hates the art commentary community, but then he's friends with Lyle Convoy, who I believe is the prime example of what's wrong with the art commentary community, is that they're just a bunch of people who are self-righteous, and that they'll bully people who they believe is wrong in some way. To the point where the person's a little, they want to log off Minecraft, to put it in a nice way. That, what was that? That Rosa call with Lyle Convoy is fucking despicable, man. But Jar is perfectly fine with being friends with that guy, you know?
A lot of people have noticed I flip-flopped to being more progressive and trying to work on pronouns, to being more edgy, and I keep going back and forth. I'm I don't know what I prefer. I don't know what I want.
Before we move on, I want to get to why Jar has survived so long.
It's just, when you constantly win, like I have.
Now, this might...
when you constantly win like I have. I think he actually just hates people he can't use to his advantage. True, yeah, I think it is. And I think... I think the art commentary community was the only community after the skeptic community kind of failed. I think the art commentary community was really the only community that would accept him at that point, because you know he's. I mean, we've heard him in plenty of VCs. He's not exactly the brightest bulb, but like I think the way he views it is like, oh, there are mentally disabled people that I can manipulate with platforms, and I can use that to my advantage. Like I think that's like, even though he won't admit it, I think that's genuinely how he views everything.
Might seem like a slightly odd statement given what we've seen recently, but I promise you there is actually an explanation, and it's highlighted in the recent call Kumu had with Cinebat.
Why are you playing the slow jam on? Oh no. I'm a bit worried right now. I'm a bit worried. This is the music you play when the lady friend comes over. You know what I mean? Got the candle lit up. You know, roses on the bed. Got your nice bottle of wine out. There's like, I'm a little scared right now. This is also the type of music P. Diddy would probably put on in his cell.
Like, I knew how this guy was. I warned you how he was. I told you what position you were in, and I was very conscious and scared on your behalf because of what position you're in.
Oh, speaking of fucking white knights, here we are. Here's fucking Kumo, who like is slightly more intelligent than Jar, but only slightly. He actually does admit it in his call with Beckett. He talks about how someone isn't useful to him anymore. Does he highlight that here? Probably later on, yeah. I did have the obviously he links to like the full unedited call. I was thinking about reacting to that, but unfortunately I have stuff to do later on. So like I'm probably gonna make like reacting to the unedited call, probably like a members only thing later tonight.
Could have raped you, and that's probably what he was trying to like. That was probably
okay. Listen, everything we've seen from Jar, he's fucking creepy. But saying that he was gonna rape someone and that he's a rapist is a little too far. It's too far. I'm sorry, it genuinely is, especially coming from Kumo, who is the guy who like up until at this point when this call was leaked, was actively defending someone who was grooming a minor. That's what he was actively doing, and and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that Jar guy, he's a rapist." Like, bro, you're in a call for fucking groomer right now. You got no room to fucking talk.
Probably his dream, his end goal.
Jar's history includes some of the most insane false allegations I have ever seen, including in one instance a grooming accusation against a niece who does not exist. And this has been to Jar's net benefit, because whenever people level criticism at him, he's able to point to those allegations and say they were false. So how can we trust these ones?
What were the Fluffy Turbo allegations?
Fluffy Turbo and Chaos 55T came out of hiding.
Chaos 55T? That sounds like a fucking Xbox username. Yo guys, we're in a Halo 3 lobby. It's your boy Chaos 55. What was it? 55T? What the fuck?
To make up false allegations about Jar grooming and sexually abusing his niece, who doesn't exist. So, for context, Chaos 55T was originally part of the people who drove Jar off of DeviantArt. This is like bits and pieces that I remember from his DeviantArt whatever story. She made up allegedly, she made up someone who doesn't exist and claimed that Jar drove this person to end themselves. When Jar came forward and talked about what he dealt with, obviously Chaos got a lot of flack from that. She dipped. a few months later, maybe a year later, I don't exactly remember the time frame, Fluffy Turbo, who was one of Chaos's friends, started going around to people, Laka Mokalaka and myself included, trying to pass off these screenshots as allegations that Jar was grooming a minor and that he had in the past sexually assaulted his niece. Like, I went over this stuff, and in the course of like 5 minutes, I told Fluffy Turbo to shove it.
Dude, imagine making like faking allegations and then like being, bro. If you're gonna fake like not even like over exaggerate interaction. If you're just gonna straight up fake an interaction with something, like, you probably should do a better job faking it. You know, I remember that story. I believe it's around 2015, 2017 ish. Could be earlier. Dang.
But I think 2 weeks after that, she brought the allegations to the public and tried to press them. So I did a stream going through them, basically being all like, this is fucking bullshit. And in the course of the stream, some of the allegations went over the idea that Jar was racist. And I basically shrugged it off and said, yeah, we know Jar's racist. I don't care about this stuff. Show me like the serious stuff. And as far as I'm aware, he's held that against me since.
I mean,
I love how she said that he didn't do anything with like this supposed niece, right? She's asking for like actual evidence. And he's like, "What? You believe I'm racist? Yeah, guess what? Over. Your career's over."
Only in the ACC could you have a drama about sexual assault against somebody who's not real.
Yeah.
It's happened at least twice.
Twice? What the fuck?
When Jar says he wins his dramas, what he actually means is he manages to debunk some of the insane accusations coming from people who've been A-logging him for 10 years. Which is why, if you're going to make accusations like this against somebody, you better have some solid evidence and some reliable sources. Though I do want to be charitable. Many of you will be aware of my drama with known dentistry dodger Wick TV, who in early 2023 removed me from a panel so he could rizz up another member of said panel because she had more subscribers than me. Now Wick's history...
By the way, Wick TV is fucking hilarious. He's a fucking bucktooth man child, and it's rather funny. And oh god, he's got Warhammer stuff in the background. How dare you, good sir? How dare you?
History of scumbaggery is well documented. We also clashed in early 2024 when it was discovered that he was working with Progressive Victory undisclosed to his audience while promoting them. And if you're confused as to why I'd bring up a completely unrelated person who has nothing to do with any of this in the middle of a video on Jar, I don't blame you. So please explain to me why every single Just a Robot drama video has a section rehashing his grievances with people who are nothing to do with anything, and they're randomly inserted in the most awkward way possible. In his hit piece on Doodle Tones, he basically stops talking about her for 3 minutes so he can talk about how much better he is than all the other commentators he's fought with over the years. And in case you think this is an isolated incident, no, this is just how Jar works. In his recent conversation with Lyo Convoy, when his credibility and reputation is crumbling, he promises never to make a drama video again. Though he does have one question.
Quick question. I do have one drama video that is all finished, and I was thinking of just making it a Patreon exclusive. Do you think I should do that?
Yeah, I know I'm not done with drama, but here's a drama video I've done epically owning someone. You think I can release that? You think so?
No. Jar has a pathological need to go after people who have slighted him in the past. And while he is talking about how he will never engage in drama content again, this is something I would be deeply skeptical of. This isn't the first time Jar has taken a break. And secondly, because deep down, Jar is deeply, deeply vengeful.
Every time I go to bed and I'm about to fall asleep, I just feel angry about sometimes things that have happened 10 years ago, and
Dude, what a fucking miserable existence. Imagine going to bed angry about something that happened 10 years ago. Something you can't change anymore. Listen, man, shit happens. Shit happens, you know, in retrospect, you learn in retrospect, oh, I could have acted so much better in this instance. It happened. You have to move on. I don't know what else to tell you, Jar.
sometimes I feel like revenge is the only thing that keeps me going.
And don't.
What? That's such a fucking Batman line right there. That's such a fucking Batman line. Revenge is the only thing that keeps me going. Jar, hear me out, Lio. No. Just a simple no. Revenge is the only thing that keeps me going. Okay, fucking Darth Jar.
Don't get me twisted, I personally love a little bit of vengeance, but one of the frustrating things about Jar is his need to be seen as the hero and never the villain.
When I'm winning in a drama, I try to show my opponents mercy.
What the fuck is... When I'm winning a drama, I try to show my opponents mercy. Like, what the fuck are you, a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh villain? What kind of fantasy world does he live in? I don't fucking know. What the fuck? Oof.
I guarantee you, if the situation was flipped, Diaper Tones would not have done the same. I knew this from the beginning our drama began, but I still showed them kindness.
I still showed them kindness. And they didn't show me any in return.
But despite all the kindness I showed them, they were not willing to show me any kindness in return.
Okay, this is just insane nonsense.
Bro thinks he's living in an anime world? Yeah. Fuck. Listen, okay, you don't wanna hurt my friends or my family, okay? I unlocked the secret Sharingan with my stand power. That allows me to go Super Saiyan, some shit like that. That's the fucking mindset he has. Listen, you don't want to piss me off, okay? Well, the fucking Nine Tails is gonna come out.
I've got no idea why Jar would say this when it's so obviously and provably false. It's probably time to bring up Jar's second channel, which dates back to 2013 and is basically just a huge list of hit pieces against people who have pissed him off over the years. And Jar can say that he is merciful when he's winning a drama, but I really want to direct you to one person that Jar has been beefing with for 8 years at this point. The creator in question is T-Moss Boss, who has over 100,000 subscribers and a dead channel. Even in the midst of the current drama as one of Jar's longest running detractors, still nobody gives a shit.
Wait, holy shit. It's T-Moss Boss. Let me look that up on my phone real quick. How many views is... Did I read that right? It's 300? 300 views? T-Moss Boss. Holy shit, he uploaded 5 hours ago and only has 7 views. 8 hours. 20 views. 1 day ago, 134 views. Oh, so he's just like a dead reaction channel. Well, I can see why he gets no views. He fucking makes no thumbnails. His it looks like his profile picture is AI generated. Like, holy shit, man. This is not someone you need to beef with nowadays. He already lost. Jar, you won. You don't need to make any more videos on him. You, objectively speaking, right now have a better career than him.
Shit. Except for Jar. That final video that Jar wanted to put up on Patreon is in fact on T-Moss Boss. You literally cannot make this insanity up. However, T-Moss does help us to answer some interesting questions. For example, why is it so many people are hesitant to even go after this guy? Now, I think it's reasonable to say that there are two separate components to this. Firstly, if you go after Jar, you will be dealing with Jar for the rest of your life, as he makes video after video after video on you. The next element is Jar's audience, which Jar himself describes as quite toxic. And while he claims to have taken steps to try and get them to chill the fuck out a bit, the honest truth is, the only way to get your audience to stop gunning for somebody is to just stop talking about them.
I do these drama videos to bring justice. I have a big channel, which gives me a lot of power.
Look, Jar is...
I make these videos to bring justice. I have a lot of power. Goofy ass behavior. Let's see. I have a YouTube channel because I like making content. I enjoy video production. I enjoy live radio show stuff, and more importantly, I like laughing at stupid people. So those are my noble reasons for starting a YouTube channel.
Is absolutely aware of the threat he poses to smaller content creators, and within the ACC, many people just don't want to deal with something like that. In fact, one of the common questions I was asked is, are you sure you want to go down this route? Because you are going to be hearing about it for the rest of your life online. Just as an aside on this topic, I want to note Jar's startling paranoia, which has managed to fuck him over in ways he wasn't even aware of. I'm aware that you were worried that the ACC girlies were going to go after you.
The ACC girlies.
And, you know, you seem to make allusions to this in the commentary video.
Well, to be fair, they've been going after me. They're not just women.
Listen, guys, it's not just women that hate me.
There's men too. Yeah.
Do you know that there was only one video planned on you, and it was a defense video?
No.
I know that Jar has been allegedly paranoid that the ACC is like planning on making a video on him or whatever. I have not been aware of any videos that people have been planning on making about Jar, except for one. I was making a video about the Fluffy Turbo situation.
Not the ACC girlies. No, oh no.
And talking about how the allegations against Jar were false. I canceled my production of that video despite literally almost being done because one, I couldn't get the stupid Twitter account with his real ass name taken off of Twitter no matter how many times I was reporting it, and I had been reporting it for months. But also because Jar decided to make a pot shot about me in one of his videos, and I decided, fuck him, he's a jackass, he doesn't deserve it.
The only person making a video on you was Ponder, and it was to defend you from the previous accusations. And then you came out and took a shot, and the video was cancelled.
You ruined this yourself, man. No response. Dead air. Is he just is he having that one of those like, give me a minute, I need to think.
I mean, you do have an entire second channel which does seem to be sort of vengeance responses to people.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, going back to 2013.
Back to 2013.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Oh yeah.
That
I thought you were talking about the recent stuff. Yeah, this is one issue I do have. I just have a very strong desire to get back at people, and the worst part is once you do, it doesn't feel that.
Even the ACC girls don't like him. I can understand why.
Great. It feels a little good, but it doesn't feel nearly as great as you would think it does. And I was trying to respond to every single video ever made on me on my second channel at one point, but then I got bored. And now I realize like how silly and stupid that made me look, because I could have been making videos that people actually gave a shit about and got a lot more views. And granted, response videos are a lot easier to make. Like, you know what you're saying, you know what they're saying. You don't even need a script. You just hit the record button and use some gameplay. Very easy stuff to make. But now, with the amount of people I've pissed off, I realized that I kind of dug my own grave by acting the way I did. I kept on pissing people off one after another, and eventually I knew eventually it would come back to bite me in the ass, and it did.
I mean, yeah. So the people I've spoken to who've had sort of issues with you in the past, one of the constant things I hear is they don't want to respond. They don't want to deal with kind of how vengeful you are. And there's this fear, especially for smaller channels or people with lesser platforms, that in fact I heard Timos Boss say this in his most recent video, and I've heard this from kind of multiple even bigger channels, where there's this real worry that it's not just you that will come after them, you end up in a position of weaponizing an audience to come after them potentially.
I suppose you're right. I mean, that's the risk of having a platform, and I'm gonna be honest here, I don't like that, because
I mean, like as long as you're not like advocating for your audience to attack someone, you know, like there's like you can call them gay, but there's a reason why a lot of like commentary video essay videos have like the disclaimer of like do not harass people, right? It's so that way you don't so that way you're not like encouraging the audience. Also also too, like obviously I don't have like the fan base for it, right? But like in a hypothetical situation where I did, I would call you all gay for trying to like harass someone online. I would call you all gay for it. In which I don't think anyone here watching this would like actively harass anyone. But like still you get the point. It's just there are a lot of ways you can make sure you don't gather that type of audience, but like you didn't take those measures.
I've done what I can to keep my fans off of Doodletone's back for a very, very long time. I've been saying in my more recent drama videos on the old channel, please do not attack this person. And like I've been
good.
And other stuff.
That's true, but I mean, from what I can hear from behind the scenes, that may be what you say publicly, but it seems like privately you have at least alluded to that threat while having dramas with people.
Well, I have said like, listen, like I think a good.
No, you're just like, listen, buddy, you don't want to start drama with me. My fan base will go after you. That's so nah, bro. What the fuck?
Good example is the Vincent Skullman stuff. Like he made a video on me, and I wanted to talk things out with him instead of making a video because he was a very sensitive guy, and I was like, my fans are so toxic. I didn't want them to go after him. And I tried to talk things out with him in private. Eventually, it did work. Unfortunately, that created issues with him, Lio, and Linlin, and I was like, oh my god, I did not want that to happen. I try my best to work things out with people, but I just sometimes don't feel like I know what I'm doing.
Sometimes you don't know what you're doing? I think that's a majority of the time you don't know what you're doing.
Like, I do desire revenge, I do desire to get back at people, but I also desire to work things out with people and
those kind of conflict.
Talk through them, things with them. And with Lio, for a long time, that he was a big help with that. I sat down and talked things out with multiple people instead of just.
He was your Discord daddy. He helped you sort out your problems.
Because as much as people fear my vengefulness, I also fear the vengefulness of others.
Looking at
because you're paranoid. Because like I'll tell you why he's like afraid of like the vengefulness of others. Because with how vindictive he is, he expects other people to be just as vindictive. Like he thinks like the pettiness, the revenge-oriented mindset, he thinks that's normal. So like he thinks that like everyone operates under the same like logic that he does. And so he's just like, oh man, I gotta squash this before they try to ruin me, you know? Because like in their position, he would do that. He would ruin someone, or at least try to.
Looking at where you're sat now, I know you've said you're not going to make more drama videos. So you're going to take a step back from that because of Lio. So is that you know? I suppose the question people will have is this you saying that now? But then in 6 months, 12 months, whatever, you'll be like, well, now it's died down. I can take a hit at the people who took shots at me.
That's a good question. That's a good question. That is an excellent question.
That's a good question. He's answering like a politician. Like, wow, that's a very good question. But he's not answering the question yet.
I'm thinking of making my backdrop like "Don't get back into drama" on my laptop, so I can keep reminding myself. I just don't know.
So I can keep reminding myself. This is these people are so weird. Like what was it? Cindy Bear had to have a quote unquote mental note not to talk to minors again. You should not need like constant reminders not to do things, right? Like I understand if it's like if you're trying to get over an addiction, right? Like for example, like nicotine. Like you need like self reminders not to fucking like, you know, do nicotine. It's like, yeah, that is a good question. Why don't you answer it? Exactly, Blue Jay. Exactly. Jar Biden over here. Ayo. Listen here. Sunny Bear was with me in the pool, and she started to play with my leg hair. If
I'll go back to it or not. I hope I don't, but I know myself, and I know I get angry and want to get back at people.
He gets angry. Closing the file.
I want to just turn this last bit back to the Cinebear drama we're currently embroiled in. Jar's choices and decision-making are highly questionable. I mean, what possessed you to go to Chud Logic of all people? And I like Chud, don't get me wrong, but like, if I was looking for somebody to kind of side up in a drama with me, or like if I needed somebody who I thought I could get, or I could use a platform for to like just even plant a seed of an idea, he would be the fucking last person I'd pick.
Okay, 2 reasons, but after this, I need to go for a little bit because I need to take a dump.
Sure.
Listen, I need to go for a little bit because I need to take a dump. What? That's dude, okay, like if you need to like, hey, just like, hey, you know, BRB, just like real quick. You don't need to like, hey Beckett, I need to take a massive shit, you know, like just say, you know, you gotta go for a minute.
Yeah, okay, so it might just be gas. It should just
take a shot every time Jar doesn't understand a social cue in this video. You would be dead probably by the 20-minute mark.
Take 5 minutes. So don't like turn off the call or anything. I'll just mute myself and.
That's fine. I'll grab it. I'll grab a drink while you're doing it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't say that out loud. No, exactly.
So, one is I was suggested that he was more fair to Cine than anyone else. He seemed more skeptical. And 2, Chud did a video on me back in, as he said it, his soy days. And out of any video I've ever seen on me, I thought it was the most fair and balanced. So I thought, oh, this seems like a guy who's fair and balanced. And, you know, maybe he is, but he probably, like, when I got onto that stream and I saw how angry he was, I realized.
I mean, I overshare too because of my autism, but it's so easy to control. Yeah. I would say, hold that thought. I need to use the bathroom. Something normal. It's just like, hey, yo, I gotta take a dump.
Oh, no, I messed up.
I think it's fair to say that Jar dangerously misjudged how wider commentary would react to something like the Cinebear story. Art commentary involves an extraordinary amount of things that happen behind the scenes in people's interpersonal relationships. This leads to long-standing beefs and feuds that go on for years in some cases, but let's be honest, wider commentary's intention is quite different.
No, I mean, like, it's just content, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Frankly, most stories we talk about as commentators, we don't have a deep emotional investment in. Most coverage is going to be pretty dispassionate. And I didn't make this video because I hate Jar, I did it because I lack impulse control in a social life.
Hey yo, same. Why do you... Guys, there's a reason why I do morning streams. It's because I got nothing else to do.
Honestly, the entire Cinebear drama highlights the issues with becoming overly invested in a story. The issues Jar and frankly anybody else even tangentially involved in this mess have faced should be a stark reminder to everyone of the flack you will catch if you make this mistake. Finally, I'd just like to thank everyone who was involved in helping with this project, from interviews to art assets. It's all really appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed what we've gone over today and it's been useful to you in the future, because a video like this really did need to exist, frankly. The full interview with Jar will be linked in the description below, and as I suck at sign-offs, I guess I'll just see you in the next one.
And guys, if you haven't seen Cope and Steve's video already, which I'm sure many of you probably have, go check it out. It's really awesome stuff. Beckett and his team do really good stuff on that channel, and it should be highly supported. That is going to be it for this episode. Oh, we gotta let call-ins. We gotta do call-ins first. Hang on, let me let Tim's in, so that way he can share his opinions on the Jar situation. Hey, Tim's, how you doing? Tim's. Is he there? Is he with us, chat? He's muted. Tim's, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, okay, let's try that again. Tim's? You muted. There we go. There we go.
Connection completely cut out for a second. And I was like, what the hell?
All right, so Tim's thoughts on Jar.
Jesus Christ, where do I begin? Where do I begin? Oh,
okay.
God.
First off. Okay. I need to ask you this: have you made every woman you ever interact with uncomfortable with you?
I can say for certain no.
Then you're instantly better than Jar. You are instantly better than Jar, sir. Good on you.
I've made a few people uncomfortable, and that's because I told them that I
okay, now
like
we're reaching
them.
Jar territory. Don't overshare. You had a W. Keep it at that.
Well, see, I want to bring it to this point, is that, like, he talked about his sense of humor, right? This is what I wanted to get at. I have a dark sense of humor. But that dark sense of humor stays between me and some of my best friends.
Well, because depending on
every person.
Well, because depending on certain social circles, you don't say certain stuff, right? Like for example, like what kind of, like when you, like a teenager, hang out with your friends, right? The messed up stuff you guys say as teenagers is probably not stuff you would say like in front of like your parents, you know?
Well, I get my sense of humor from my family, especially my mother and my father, because my father was a bit of a prankster when he was a wrestler, and my mom mocks people to no end.
But you get, I mean, like there are certain social situations where you just do not say what you would normally say.
Or what I'm thinking in my head, because sometimes I'll blurt what I'm thinking in my head out loud at that person. I'll be like, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have told them that I'm gonna.
Well, you don't ask your coworker, your female coworkers about their pussy, do you?
No.
Okay. Instantly better.
No, but they'll come to me about their relationships and ask me for advice. I'm like, I've never dated before. What do you want me to do?
you see, when you fail to understand it, I've never dated before. Now, please leave me alone and leave me to my Legos.
No, it was when I was working at Six Flags and I was doing scare acting. And I was like, I am right now trying to entertain guests, and you now want to come to me about your relationship? When it's like 12 at night and I'm tired.
Right.
So the other thing that got me was the vengefulness.
How he goes to bed angry.
Every night I'm like, what are you, my oldest fucking brother who served in the military? What the fuck?
No, they called him fat one time in VC, and he can never forget, you know?
But the even better part is VidCon. I am never going to VidCon. Fuck it, I don't care.
Oh, I'm going. Listen, okay. When I eventually hit the 100 million sub count, okay, I'm gonna go to VidCon. I'm gonna do all the drugs that they have available there. Okay.
The fucking P Diddy parties over there. Have fun with that.
No, not the P Diddy parties. But I will be doing cocaine with Dick Masterson. Okay.
Oh Jesus Christ! A couple of my friends actually know. Funny enough, I know a couple of people who know him, And I was like, please don't ever put me in contact with him. I don't care. I don't care. Don't do it. I got enough issues. I don't need that on my plate too.
Well, okay. One last thing. Tim's, do you believe Jar can come back from this?
I believe he can come back the same way that I believe Rich from Review Tech USA can. And when I say that there's no way in hell.
Thank you for the call, Tim. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
Oh, I'm gonna have a blessed day. You too, brother. I appreciate the call.
No problem. All right, we also got Shanry. All right, Shanry. Okay, so
Hello.
thoughts on Jar? Thoughts on Jar right now?
Oh lordy, what should I start as well? Yeah, he needs to stop living in his fantasy world. I'm just saying because
Where he's the hero of the high power level and he can...
I don't know, but he makes me look very much better because I have autism myself, and
He makes me
suddenly
look
it's
much
cured.
better.
Yeah, but I really did hate when he's comparing like, oh, I have autism and yada yada yada. I'm not asking for someone's life story and so too. You just know.
Yeah.
Because to me it's like, oh god. Yeah, keep it to yourself more likely, and with the job and everything. Yes, I understand it's very hard to get a job and so too. However, what you can do as a person later on, for if you're doing a program basically, you can ask them for, review what they should think about in the next work and so too. But you shouldn't be asking your coworker that shit. To me, that is like, you don't do that shit.
No, Shanry,
No.
how would you feel about if your if a male coworkers of yours just asked you about your pussy?
I basically would go to the boss and tell them what's going on. Basically, tell them, hey,
Right,
this
get
guy
them
said this.
fired.
Oh yeah, because here's the thing, you don't say that shit. They basically not fired. They will get scolding because I have met
Right,
several
and
people who have the
you
same
as a
thing
person
too.
understands that like that's not proper behavior one should do.
Exactly. For example, if you're working in the market, for example, you don't behave that either. No. You don't.
I believe in the majority of jobs you shouldn't behave that way.
Exactly. So basically, I will say he should keep it to himself. Take the L. Basically, I'm sorry to say it, but he needs to take the L many times.
Many times.
And career thing, no, he's not going to survive this. I'm sorry.
No, you don't think he's gonna come back? I think he's gonna come back.
No.
I think he's gonna
I
make a
don't think-
video that owns everyone who hated him.
Oh god, how many, I'm sorry, videos have you done? I remember 2 of the parts he talked about the drama and shit. Maybe he should not doing drama. I'm sorry to say it. Like me myself, I have done drama myself. But what do? I'm still in the commentary. I still do art. I have my opinions. Basically, as an artist, I can make joke about it as well.
Yeah.
And well, if someone calls me out, I at least take the L for it, basically.
Right.
Like, okay, I understand. Nothing wrong about it. Even I can be wrong too. But I am not the one who's like, I am having rights all the time, yada, yada, yada. That is his behavior, and I don't like that kind of stuff. It's like, it's showing himself he's not growing at all.
It's
As a
very
person.
very ego driven, I would say.
Exactly.
Pudgy the bimbo brings up a good point. This could have been avoided if Jar just stick to media reviews and not getting involved with groomers. I know, right? Then it could have been just it could have been just Kumo who got his career ruined. By the way, did you know Kumo, his Twitter and his YouTube channel have both been deleted?
I think so too, yeah. But what I have heard or read on Twitter, apparently he's around the Discord, hanging around,
Oh,
looming
of
around.
course. He would never give up Discord. Why would
Because
he do
I
that?
even don't like, I don't know, but I don't like his behavior either when it comes to with the
Well, he
art
was the
stuff,
first one.
first
He
of
was
all.
the first one saying that Sydney Bear wasn't a groomer, and like
Oh,
saying
God.
he was the first one saying that. Well, the minor is actually the minor did the messages first.
Take the blame on that shit. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're an adult on Discord, whatever you do, and if someone comes to your DMs and they are behaving kind of stuff like that, you say, sorry, but you have to go. it's fucking easy. Even you and I have been talking when it comes to art or, how's your day going, whatever. But when you're talking weird shit, we have not talked about it, by the way. We have not. But I have dealt with many people as well. I am as well taking care of a server right now as a moderator. I know some of them are younger there too. I basically tell them, don't DM me. Unless you say on the channel, what is the problem? That is more behavior like.
Well, it's like I also just I don't allow minors in my Discord server. I mean, luckily my Discord server is never active, so you can definitely say there's never going to be grooming in the nerdy Discord server. Okay.
Exactly. We just hang around there and chills and so too. It's very calm there, would I say? So you guys should go there and join there.
Well, Shanri, thank you for calling in.
The same. Take it easy, okay?
I will. Anyway, guys, we have some members to thank. If you become a member, you get a shout at the end of every live stream, and you get exclusive members-only content. Let's see. Right now, we have to thank the one, the only Pigeon Salad for being a Super Nerd 3, going further beyond with his support with the $9.99 tier. He's been this tier for about 10 months now, 14 months as a member in total. Seriously, man, I gotta thank you so much. And finally, we have the Super Nerd 1s, which you can join for just 99 cents. Tim's is technically a Super Nerd 2, which is the $4.99 tier. Thank you, Tim's, for the ascended support. Then we got Super Nerd 1, which is Pudgy the Bimbo. We got GG Hearts, Lady Nerd Artist, J1K, K-Huck, McMuffin, Daniel J, and Annie. Thank you all for the support that you show this channel. Without you, this program would not be possible. This is Nerdy John, signing out. And Jar, he's been raked through the mud. City Bear, there's no way she's coming back. All right, not with any respect anyway. And Kumo has deleted all of his social media except for Discord for now. So I think it's safe to say this story is closed, and therefore I have no more fucks to give.
Tried, and I've tried even more. I've cried, and I can't recall what for. I pressed, I pushed, I've yelled, I begged in hopes of some success. But the inevitable fact is that it never will impress. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have runneth dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give, though more fucks I've tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget and I'm now in fucking debt. I strive to get everything done. I've played by all the rules, but I've very rarely won. I've smiled, I've charmed, I've wooed and laughed, alas to no avail. I've run round like a moron to unequivocally fail. I've no more fucks to give, my fuck fuse has just blown. I've been hunting for my fucks all day, but they've upped and fucked off home. I've no more fucks to give, my fuck rations are depleted. I've rallied my fuck army, but it's been fucking defeated. The effort has just not been worth the time or the expense. I've exhausted all my energy for minimal recompense. The distinct lack of acknowledgement has now begun to gall, and I've come to realize that I don't give a fuck at all. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have flown away. My fucks are now so fucked off they've refused to fucking stay. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have gone insane. They've come back round and passed me while they're fucking off again. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have all dissolved. I plan many projects, but my fucks won't be involved. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have all been spent. They fucked off from the building and I don't know where they went. I've no more fucks to give.